What's up, everyone? Welcome into the reunion after show for the challenge. The reunion, aka the Hasela Show. Da da da. The Hasela Show. Da da da. At one point, I thought they were just one-on-one interviewing this girl. It was ridiculous. Maybe it was just me, but I thought it was all about Hasela.
I Go ahead, Pam.
I did not think it was the Yesela show so much. I only have a few little. I didn't notice it. Now that you say it, I'm like, she did have the most to say because it was a pretty drama-free season in a lot of ways. So she had drama and a hookup. So I think it's only natural that there was a lot of questions for her.
But Pam, it's also.
I do agree, Dan. I do think it was Hasela dominated, but because I feel like she was dominant in the way that she kind of had the floor where she had the most to say at times. And I don't know if it was because it was directed at her or if she just took it upon herself to take the floor. She definitely had a lot of commentary. It was interesting though, because it was her and Jemmy and Beth that kind of stick out to me the most, who had the most to say, as well as Kellyanne. But no one else. Like Easy spoke up a few times. Darrell was there for some giggles.
Such good ones, Darrell.
We didn't really hear from a lot of people. Derek, a little flash or two, but yeah. So that's why I can understand what you're saying. Where I don't know if it's because it was directed at Hasela or she just was the one that was like having the most fun with it or being the most confident, the one who wanted to bring it to the table.
I've got an answer for you. Why it was so Hasela based. They didn't invite Kendall and they didn't have Alton there. Therefore, those are two big voices that would have had a lot to say on other subjects. They had to go everything through her and her side of view, her point of view on it. You heard Kellyanne trying to stick up for Kendall. So did you hear this rumor that Kendall wasn't invited? The producers didn't even invite her. She didn't even have an option.
That's actually really fucked up because I was really wishing that Kendall was there, not only to stick up for herself, but just to see how she would have reacted. Because I think Hasela and Kendall are polar opposites, where Kendall is a little bit more reserved. She hides within herself. She doesn't speak up as much as Hasela. So I'm not sure that Kendall would have really defended herself that well. Exactly. But it would have been nice at least to have her there so she could react in person.
Absolutely. I hope, and this brings, I have stuff to say about the Kendall situation, so we can transition there, but I hope that that's a rumor because that would be really dumb. She was a standout in the series, in the season. And again, so much talk was about her. I feel like that, I hope that's a rumor and that's
let me throw this at you ladies. This is their first in-person reunion that they've done. I'm wondering if there were some COVID protocols and they could only bring a certain back. But here's my point. There was only 10 people there and you chose Beth to be one of them. Like, okay, Beth, I get you're a big name in the game or whatever, but Kendall should have been there over Beth.
Agree 1,000,000%. I think it all came down to logistics. I'm sure the producers wanted Kendall there. And also Anissa was a big, where the hell was Anissa?
Yeah, there was a lot of,
she was in the finale.
I don't understand. Yeah. I mean, not to throw shade at Derek, but he had nothing to do like on the season. I'm sorry, he didn't stand out for any drama or show.
Fair point.
They should have had Anissa there, they should have had Alton there, and they should have had Kendall there. I was very disappointed in this and who they brought back.
I'm sure those people couldn't make it. I'm sure they wanted them there.
I swear
I'm sure they
invited online that she was not invited.
I would have loved to have seen her debrief of what went down when she said, F all y'all, I'm out.
I bet I bet they asked Arissa and she didn't come back. I bet she said no.
Yeah.
Or maybe the producers hated the way she left the show and said, no, we don't want you here. We don't like the way you acted. I don't know.
I think you're really overestimating the producers' like fairness and who they like and who. I think they want the most drama, the most things to talk about. Was logistics and COVID and dates and where are these people are all have families and live all over the world.
If that's true though, Pam, then Kendall should have been invited, and she said she was not invited. That's my.
She said she was not invited.
I can try to find it online.
Find that. That's. What I wanted, and this goes to Kendall. So they start off talking about Kendall, basically. Everyone's giving their opinions on Kendall's, and I will say again that I do like her. I think she's a great competitor and a nice person. I figured it out from these conversations. She's a whole handful. I feel like she's just a handful of a person. Like, I just think she's probably difficult to be around all the time. and that's what they were sort of saying, but I really wanted examples. Like when they're like, you didn't have to share a room with her, you didn't, it's like, what does she do? Is she just kind of annoying? Like
So
what, because I do find her a little whiny, so I could see her being like, I don't know if I want to do it, you know, but she shows up. I like watching her as a competitor, but all the girls seem to, except Kellyanne, seem to be on the same page that like she's a lot.
Yeah, and to your point with not having examples, we don't see any really bad side of Kendall in edit. So that's why I'm curious too. There's something to be said if every girl in the house is saying she was difficult to live with and to be around, you know, there's validity in that. I can't take away that point that they're bringing. I wasn't there in the house, but I can't help but want to defend Kendall because we don't see her doing anything wrong. And the one episode where they try to make her look power hungry, she did a quarter, an eighth of what Mark did the very next episode. And who was saying he was power hungry? Nobody. And I also kind of feel like everyone can fuck off because Kendall will beat all of you. So that's kind of my point on it. But I don't know what she's like to live with. So that's why I'm curious too. Like where in the spectrum is she in difficulty? Like, and why, you know?
This is where the hosts have to step in and ask that next question. Like, can you give some examples? And they didn't. And by the way,
what did Kendall do that you're all saying makes her so hard to live with? She's not a bitch, obviously.
They should have because Maria and this guy Nate Burleson, I thought they were good. I thought they asked a lot of good questions. I liked both of them, even though Nate is a sports player and I always hate on the sports players for doing it. I thought he was great.
Also, based off last show that we had, I definitely overestimated the amount of cries, but I don't think any of us expected the person who cried tonight to be the crier. So we only had one cry, but it happened to be easy. So that was out of left field.
Yes.
I counted 2 cries, and can you guess?
2?
A little. It's on the line. Pam?
Oh, Johnny, a little bit.
That's what I was gonna say. There was a little cry from so Easy was a cry, and then Jonna came close. Like she didn't. Tears weren't like pouring down.
That's not who I saw. Kind of cry. I saw someone else kind of cry. Can you guess the third person I saw? I only saw 2 people, but
yes.
Yes. Yes is yes. Yes.
Yes.
When Yes was talking about being able to donate the money or give the money back and be a social justice warrior, he started to tear up a little bit. So I had 2 cries, but if you say John A's the third cry, then I win. But if not, if we combine the 2 mini cries, then Pam wins with 2.
Yeah.
How many did I say? 5?
You said
6, I think.
All right, so we have Easy, John A. Who was it? Yes. We know that Kendall was crying at home. You know, Kellyanne was crying on the inside. You know, TJ was probably crying. And I think that Johnny Bananas was somewhere crying.
Lisa might be
crying. And you know what? Cara and Polly were probably crying.
Cara was crying. Cara lives. So I wanted examples of that. Yes, just real quick, is such a good guy. I think we can all agree on that. They're like, congratulations. Thanks for being you. Like, I think someone actually, so it's nice that everyone unanimously is pleased that he won and he's giving back. And that makes me happy. The other thing I just want to mention for fun is why is that guy, I think his name is Ace on episode 1, the face of the All-Stars? Do you guys get him on your TV when you...
Don't.
Oh, everything, it's his face and All Stars. I'm like, they couldn't like update that to
Really? I know what mine is.
I don't know if mine is. Well, if I go on Paramount Plus, I thought it was like all of them in shadow form, like they're backlit.
On the title card for the thing, but then as soon as you click onto it, it's just I'll put a picture on Instagram and on Twitter for our viewers, because every time I'm like, hey, Ace.
You're probably right. I just haven't noticed it.
Well, thought on Yes, as well as again it being kind of the show, is Yes won. How long did we even hear from him on this after show? He probably got the floor for maybe a total of 2 minutes. And every time he did, he was just awesome and mature and brought up really good points and questions. You know, when Hisela was talking about, and he said not voting the way that which we'll get to, double-sided. I see both perspectives, but Yes was like, Darrell said my name, and am I mad at him?
He's that's probably why you like Battle of the Sexes 1, right? It's like, we're all cool. It's a game. You do these things. You don't have to like not take it personally and not like each other after. Like,
it might also be why you haven't seen Yes in 20 years, because he brings no drama to the table. Right. He just brings good sportsmanship, guys, and maybe
unproblematic king.
But he did talk funny shit. I mean, he's got a sense of humor when he walked by him. It's not like he's not boring, I don't think. I think he's
but you only need like one Yes per season. You need a lot more Johnny Bananas or a lot more Devons to kind of stir the pot.
Sure.
Yes is just gonna chill and win some money and go home, and have a good time doing it.
Yeah.
But even with that, my point is, I wish that we got to see more of him, because I actually would have liked to talk more about who he is outside of the show and what he does and his career and his work and stuff. Like, I would have been interested in that, or just more dynamics about his relationships with people in the house, and just more from Yes that we didn't get.